Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝕼𝕧𝕚𝕚, and man, I can't believe we're finally here with the season finale of Peacemaker season 2. It's been a long ride. I say it's been a long ride, but it's been like 8 weeks. Like if all these episodes had come out on the same day, then it wouldn't be as effective. But the fact that we've had to wait 8 weeks to get to this point, it kind of has been a long ride, to be fair. So on one hand, I'm obviously excited to see what this episode will bring. I'm also a bit sad that we're coming to the end of this season now, because I've obviously been really enjoying it. But also I'm very nervous to see how this will end. I've heard something pivotal happens. I don't know what, thank Christ. I felt like I almost was, because I saw earlier today, because obviously in the US, the episodes come out a day earlier than us in the UK. And you get these fucking news headlines or posts from James Gunn or the official Peacemaker accounts on Twitter or Instagram for me, and you get these fucking screenshots and these pictures of the episode like a day later after it comes out. I'm like, guys, like, not everyone's going to be able to fucking... I've said this before in like maybe the last review or the previous two, but it needs to be brought up, because it's just ridiculous. But anyway, I don't want to be going all negative about it, because at the end of the day, I'm excited to check this out. So there's also supposed to be a big cameo from someone to be in it at some point. Don't know if it's going to be someone that we've already seen in the DCU, if it's going to be someone new it's supposed to be a major character, because apparently James Gunn said it's supposed to be a big cameo, so it's going to be someone significant, like someone that's well known, which I'm hoping I'll know, because it'll be like, who the fuck is that? So I hope I'll be like, oh shit, rather than being like, who's that? Unless the unknown character that I don't know is played by someone that I do know, like a famous actor, then that's different. But whatever the case is, I'm looking forward to see what this episode brings us, the finale. And I also forgot to mention in the last episode review, John Cena's performance, mainly at the end of the episode, which obviously I'm going to talk about quickly, because obviously I've been spoiling them in the review. The bit where he screams when obviously all the guys are about to kill his brother, and he's about to witness his brother's death again. He's just like, oh, no, fucking stop. And then he just goes, what the fuck is wrong with all of us? And it's just like, ooh, like, it's pretty hard hitting. So I thought I brought it up, because I forgot to in the last review. So I don't have much else to say. I'll see you guys on the other side. I kind of lost for words, to be honest. I don't really know how to start this review. This is a weird episode. I mean, a finale, should I say, actually. Like, it wasn't horrendous, but it was a bit questionable, because, okay, first of all, the episode is 55 minutes long, which is the longest episode in this season. And quite a few of them are only like half an hour long. And also, especially the middle part of this season, spends a lot of time in. I mean, I've kind of noticed it while watching these episodes, the middle part of the season, and it felt, it didn't feel. It felt unnecessary, or just it felt like it was lingering on a bit too much. And the parts that I mean is obviously where Argus is obviously trying to capture Peacemaker, and obviously it just keeps going on and on, where they keep coming up to his house and keep failing, and that's one of the main things that these episodes have been doing, is trying to like focus on that. Whereas with this episode, because it's the longest one, and it felt like this last episode needed to be really long, because one, it's the finale, but also it almost felt like James Gunn, I mean, this might not be the case, it might be, might not be, is that he knew, or he knows that fans, not me necessarily, but fans were a bit underwhelmed with the fact that some of these episodes were only, but they were quite short. At least shorter than the first season's episodes run times. So they made it 55 minutes long. And when I saw that runtime, because I looked to see how long this was before starting it, and I was like, oh, 55 minutes, cool. We're going to get a lot of explanations and answers that we've been wanting to know, and obviously we do. But it felt they crammed a lot of this into the last episode for a finale for this season. It felt a bit rushed. Like, it felt like they should have left more room, more episodes for this to unfold, if that makes sense. Like, it felt, at the end of all these reviews, after I've watched the episode, I usually say, man, obviously I can't talk about everything. I usually say that I can't talk about everything in the episode, because I'd be here all day. But I'm usually like, God, there's so much in this episode. But not in a bad way. It was just the fact that me trying to figure out what to talk about, because there's so much. Again, not in a negative way. Whereas with this, it felt like they had to cram it all in this last episode to kind of make up for the runtime. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one to think that, but it just, I don't know, it just felt a bit weird. Again, not really a bad episode, it was just the way it was structured. And the ending was a bit, I mean, it's like, on one hand it's like, Jesus, and on the other hand it's just a bit like, okay, where's this going? Like, it's basically, hopefully you've all seen this episode now, in which case, if you haven't, go watch it and then watch this video. But the spoilers, the ending obviously is where basically, obviously that Rick Flag Sr. was using these multiversal doors from the dimensions to, obviously him and his team at Argus basically are trying to find a dimension for these the metahumans of the world and trap them there forever. And basically as a prison, because obviously America in the DCU is not going well, and obviously they've been saying that in multiple episodes. Well, he has anyway. It's, I don't know, I don't like that all of this was all in this episode. Like, there was so much going on throughout this episode where it was like, Jesus, a bit of an overload, and not really in a good way. I don't know if it's just me thinking this, but I just found it very overbearing. It just felt it needed to be 8 episodes, because the first season was 8 episodes, and also because the other episodes were half an hour long, 35 minutes up to 40, and now this one's 55 minutes to supplement the fans that were like, oh, why is it only this long or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't like that, but that's what I'm thinking. Like, I mean, I've never thought, it's bad to have short episodes. Like, I mean, obviously, when you think about half an hour is not short, really. But when you think about how much they've crammed in those episodes, I'm like, you know what, it's good. Like, I'm fine with it. But it kind of comes down to this, like, the saying goes is that obviously bigger doesn't mean better. Like, I'm still thinking about it, to be honest. And to be honest, I've been thinking about it. I'm thinking about the other episodes as well. After making the other reviews for the other episodes, I've been thinking about it. But this one, obviously, considering obviously it's the finale, and it's been much anticipated, like what's going to happen at the end. And it's this, and it's like, okay, setting up something that could be interesting. It's this kind of, well, to me, it's an unknown universe that because Chris gets put into this world by Rick Flag Sr. and the Argus team. So, and obviously it was out of revenge because Chris obviously killed Rick Flag Jr. I don't know, I felt it was a little bit underwhelming. I hate to say that, but again, I might be one of the only people on the planet that thinks that, but I don't know. Obviously, this is just immediately after I watched the episode, so it's a bit like thoughts are still going through. But yeah, man, yeah, and apparently there was supposed to be this big cameo, which is not the main reason why I'm disappointed, by the way. James Gunn said that there was this big cameo that was supposed to appear in this episode. Supposedly a well-known character. We assumed it was a DC character that was going to be showing up. But it turns out that Deadpool was actually supposed to be appearing in this episode. Like a small thing, like, in that bit where Argus is trying to find a door, like a dimension, to put all these criminals and metahumans. Apparently in one of those doors, Deadpool was supposed to make a cameo, like a little cameo, whatever. I don't know what the context of the scene would be, but apparently that was supposed to be the case, and apparently James Gunn said it was very hard to try and get it in, and Ryan Reynolds was up for it apparently, but it just didn't come to fruition. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if he said something, if the comment that he said about a big cameo was misleading. Not in the sense that he wanted to disappoint us, but maybe we got the word wrong, maybe? I don't know. I mean, I only heard something about a big cameo. I was like, okay, I was looking for... I didn't go much in depth with it. Anyway, I feel like I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but the cameo, I'm not disappointed about that. I'm not disappointed that we didn't get this big cameo. The main reason why I'm a bit, like, lost for words is just because the amount of stuff that they crammed in this episode that I feel like could have been spanned out a bit more. Like, it just felt like it just threw at you. Whereas with the other episodes, it felt natural. It felt genuine. It felt like, yeah, I can't find the other words for it, but like, it just, I don't know. This is a weird, I don't know how I'm going to leave this review off, because there's still a lot going through my head that maybe I just don't know. I've got to do some research on this. I was planning to do a full review on the actual season, so perhaps once I've obviously not only gather my positives and my mixed negatives and my overall rating of the season, but obviously when I go research info on this finale, then I'll hopefully come up with a more informative review explanation, because I feel like right now I'm kind of just babbling on and bickering about all sorts of stuff. But this is sometimes what happens when you immediately watch something and when you're a bit conflicted. You're kind of like, I mean, one, you're lost for words, but you're I don't know. Fuck's sake. I don't know. There are things I liked, of course. I liked that Chris and Amelia's story was kind of put together. Like, obviously, we got the whole boat thing, the whole down the boat, which was satisfying because it was good to see that. The reason why they went on the boat was actually because of this band that was playing, that Chris likes, and obviously they end up kissing, which is why obviously Amelia Harcourt was a bit, fluctuated by it, because obviously throughout this season she was like, going through this kind of meltdown because she's trying to gather herself up because she said she's a fucking nightmare in one of the last episodes, and I mean, it's hard. So yeah, yeah, I mean, apart from that, I liked seeing that conclude pretty much. That started the season closing up with Chris and Amelia. Obviously, we get a bit of Vigilante, Adrian, of course. We got more John Economos, which I liked. The fact that we got more of him because it was funny and felt like he had more of a role in this. He didn't really have like an arc or anything, but he was more included, which I liked. And obviously, I've met the actor Steve Agee. Yeah, but yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I know this is a bit this might come across as a bit weird, but I don't know how I feel. Like, I don't know what to rate this episode, to be honest. Yeah, I'll probably give this. I don't know what the lowest rating I gave this season, each episode so far, because I gave a few an 8, a couple of 9. I don't know if I want to rate this episode because I don't want to say it and then when I, think about it more and then be like, oh shit, it's kind of been set in stone. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to rate this episode because I don't feel confident enough to give it a rating, because the other ones I was confident, whereas with this, I don't know. Rate it yourself. Yourselves. Yeah. Sorry, this is a bit awkward, guys, but this is real. This is legit. This is me trying to process my thoughts. This is me trying to come up with my overall feelings on it. But it's like I've just watched the episode. I'm not entirely sure what to think of it. There are things that I liked in it. There's things a bit like about it. So I don't know what to give it. So this will be an unrated episode. And yeah, I don't know what else to really say. I'm going to try and do a full review on this series, this season. And then I'll obviously give a rating for the overall season. And then hopefully I can discuss more about this episode in that review, in the overall review, whatever, the things that I haven't brought up that I wanted to. And yeah, again, apologies for this random afterthoughts on this episode, because this is probably the most random one of the 8 now. So yeah, I hate that I feel this way, because I was really looking forward to this. And yeah, yeah, I'm gonna have to go away, guys, and do my research and process more of my thoughts on it. So let me know in the comments below if you like this episode. Are you like me, that are a bit like conflicted by it? Are you ones that like the episode or didn't like it at all? Let me know if you have a rating for this episode. And maybe even rate the whole season yourself now that we have all 8 episodes. And yeah, God, this is weird. Like, I hate how I feel like this. I was really hoping this would go out on a bang, but I'm so, yeah, Rusty's going to be watching this, and he's probably going to have some thoughts, and I'm definitely going to be discussing it with you, Rusty. breaking the fourth wall. But yeah, we got to discuss. Yeah, once I've thought more about it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever that will be. All right, cheers.